Lamps on, right?
Hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
And I'm Michael Mandel, and we're dressed for
Sort
Double
of.
Talk. Oh, sort of what?
Well, Elizabethan Renaissance.
We're Renaissance. This must become I'm a Renaissance accountant, and Mark
And I'm
is a
okay.
Renaissance. You're okay? You're a Renaissance New Orleans party guy.
Traffic decorator.
Yes. Federico wears this. So does Keith, right? They both wear that.
Anyway.
Oh, the Renaissance is going on as we speak, and you should be there right now.
This is our Renaissance Faire show. It's on today and tomorrow.
And probably right now the jousting is on. There's real jousting, which was started a couple of years ago, with horses.
Actually, they have horses. They also have hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, they do. They do. They have big parades. Last year we had the Queen on. She's too much for this stage. She overshadows us too much.
How these queens are.
We're too egotistical. Yes, we know how these queens are.
Speak for yourself.
These just
Queenie.
Is that a part, or are you getting gray up there? I can't tell.
It's
Too much light.
It's the lights.
Makeup, powder.
So you're going to see a procession like this several times a day.
A lot. You're going to see a lot of stuff. You and I will be theoretically working the welcome gate because we're welcoming kind of guys.
Right. So when you come up to the booth, if you come see us,
Stop
come up,
by
say hello.
us.
We'd love to have.
We'll be there all day, folks. All day.
That's right.
At least he will. No, and I will too. Today and tomorrow. Tomorrow it's from 10 to 4. Remember, is this coming up? But tonight you have to change your clocks back. You get an extra.
We're getting to that later.
Oh, is that on the list? But
Don't worry.
if you go to the Renaissance Fair tomorrow, remember your 10 o'clock is different than your 10 o'clock was today.
That's true. Now, the Renaissance, this is its 46th year. I remember when it first started out at the Retreat House. It was free to get in. It was much smaller.
By the Retreat House, you mean the Holy
Cross Retreat House, yes.
Okay.
It was very nice and pleasant out there. It had a nice ambiance. And, but it outgrew that place rapidly.
Small. I think when I moved here, it was still out there. That would have been 27 years
Yes,
ago.
I'm not sure the Arts Council had
Wasn't
anything
as
to
big.
do with it then.
I think we supposedly started it, maybe?
I don't know. But this year, it's bigger and better. There's 80 plus booths.
Plus, I'd say plus, close to 100, I think. I'm not sure. It breaks down. There's food booths. Things have been reorganized. If you've been to Young Park since the summer even,
There's been work done
they've
there.
changed it around. There's trees by the parking lot. There's this incredible kids playground with things. You should just go there to see the playground.
We wish we could have played on these things when
I
we
know,
were
we've
kids.
never seen things like that. They have this crazy circular seesaw. So it takes some time. That's not the main feature of the Renaissance Fair because these things weren't around during the Renaissance, but it's fun.
And there's also Hawk Quest will be there.
Hawk Quest will be there.
That's people they have eagles and
they
hawks.
Put eagles on their hands.
Wild birds of
come
prey.
down and stand down there.
They're very interesting. You get to see them up close.
If you walk around and hold up a dead mouse, they'll come and eat out of your hand. So bring your dead mice.
My cat caught a mouse this morning.
Did he? Well, give him to you-know-who. Robert the Rat Catcher.
Robert
the Rat Catcher will be there.
Our cat caught a rat the other day. A big rat.
Oh, my God. It's a monster cat. What is it?
She's a predator.
I thought maybe like a cheetah or a puma.
She thinks she is.
Some sort of sneaker.
Yeah, no, we also, you mentioned food booths. How many are there? And what are they?
There's a lot. I don't know. I work on the Renaissance pastrami booth, and that is going to be, this year the VIP booth is going to have two locations, one by jousting and one right next to the beer and wine tent.
What's a VIP booth?
What does VIP stand for? Means you're a VIP person. You're full of energy. Very important person. You can get an extra ticket and become a VIP person. If you get your VIP thing online, you can get parking in the actual parking lot. You get to go to the VIP tents. You sit there. You get, I think Santorini supplies some food. Other places supply food. What are you looking at?
Can you get a flagon of mead?
Yes, if mead is a form of beer, there are going to be 4 beer tents. No, it's not. It's wine with honey in it. You can get wine, though, and you can bring your own honey. You can buy honey there. Pour your honey into the mead.
It's fermented drink containing honey.
Out of honey. It's actually fermented out of honey.
Yes, and here...
You're so authentic.
I see David Reyes, they're using this again. I don't know how many years they've used this picture.
He's classic. This is from Don Quixote. I think he's wearing the same costume from
It's a great photograph, make no mistake, but he's wearing a Western-style hat. Let's face it. That's no Renaissance hat,
yes,
friends.
He's not necessarily in the thing. He's just drinking beer there.
Ale.
It's hard to tell with a picture like that. There's beer and ale. There could be an IPA.
He needs a different hat. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
cowboy hats don't cut it.
Yeah, but it looks like it might have been from Spain. Maybe
No,
he's a Spanish Renaissance guy.
No.
Spanish Renaissance.
Not with a hat like that.
Hats they wore. So anyway, it should be fun. Once again,
it's $10 to get in, 2 for $15.
Yes, but you have to put a code in and get it online.
You can do it at the door too.
I don't believe so. They're sending out things that says code should be done.
They didn't have code back in the Renaissance.
They didn't have mugs like that or hats like that in Renaissance.
My complaint exactly.
They didn't have people like you there either. You mouth off, you lose your mouth.
Count themselves lucky.
That they didn't have you there?
That's right.
I know, but you would have liked it because everything was organic. Or worse.
Or worse, yeah. Or really organic.
Really, yes, you'd eat organs. You would have done that, right?
Well, organs.
You ate what they give you. I mean, Kamut, LSD enhanced oats.
With mold.
Yes.
No wonder they were hallucinating.
That's why they saw those great pictures, that they could draw.
Yeah. Design those great cathedrals.
With great things, light behind windows. Oh my God,
stained
it's
glass.
glowing. It's great. Okay, enough going on about the Renaissance Fair. We're now in Elizabethan times. These could be Elizabethan.
Well, I think we've talked about it so long we're post-Elizabethan.
Yes, we're postmodern.
Now,
what else do you want to talk about?
Well, the state is trying to revamp the Medicaid scenario. And they want to start charging people to have Medicaid. Co-pays and so forth like that. And except for on the Indian reservation, they don't have to pay.
Because they're a whole different thing. They're federal.
They're on Medicaid.
It's because we took all their land and made a country out of it. And
they have different rights.
And they also get all the casinos.
Not all of them. Just a few of them have casinos.
No, I think they're...
the Navajos don't have any.
Exists. Well, that's their misguidance.
Well, they tried to open a casino down here and nobody would let them. They tried to open a casino north of town. Nobody would let them.
Those are way different issues, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Because first of all, we have casinos that are within you can get to them.
Yeah, an hour that way, 2 hours that way.
That's safer. People don't need. Does anybody ever make money gambling?
But the one that way is not an Indian.
Yes. Way? What do you say this way?
The one that way is not an Indian casino.
Which way is that? Is that western or east?
That's south, baby.
That's south? Oh, you're pointing south?
That's south.
Yes.
That's east.
Oh, okay. Those of you who are misaligned, remove your TV so that when he goes like that, you know that it's south.
And that's not an Indian casino, but that one is.
The only way you can do it legally, I thought, is with Indian tribe backing you.
No, it's not true.
I believe
there's casinos all over the place.
They're backed by Indians. By Native Americans. They have to be Native American. We'll check that out.
I'm sorry, but I've been to Vegas, and none of those casinos are Indian.
That's because gambling is legal in Nevada, as is prostitution. You probably know that. I would guess.
I've heard.
Well, see, those things. Nevada has different rules than the rest of the country.
Well, a lad's got to have a profession of some kind.
A lad? Did you say a lad?
A lad.
You did, okay. Moving on.
And so they're trying
Medicaid, a lad, yes.
So do you think that they should start charging people to be on Medicaid?
I think that?
It's basically medical welfare. So, are you going to charge people to be on food stamps? Charge people to be on welfare?
Well,
that's kind of an oxymoron,
but isn't the Medicaid program getting money from the federal government, which is
being cut back?
Cut back because it's being cut back from the
federal government, yes.
So you have to talk to somebody high up in the federal government.
But
he's going to Asia this week, so can't talk to him until he comes back.
And in New Mexico, over 40% of New Mexico residents are getting Medicaid.
That's a lot of people.
And this is one of the poorest states, the poorest state probably in the country. If the government cuts back, how are they going to afford the Medicaid? This all will happen in 2019.
Oh, so get as much care as you can now.
Yes.
And then commit suicide in 2019. Or maybe the government will do it for you.
Or move to another state.
You could. Most states, they're getting cut back.
Well,
and
maybe that's the reason why our Governor Martinez is the 6th least popular governor in the country.
Oh, well, it's probably one of the reasons. And she's been doing things that have been not making her reputation as good as it used to be when she was thought of as a potential vice presidential candidate.
Right.
So I don't want to get into. I have friends who she's friends of. So.
Well, I'm sure you do.
I have friends who are not friends with her.
Well, I had friends who were friends of hers back when she was a Democrat.
Well, I had friends who were not friends with her when she was a Democrat. And she was a prosecutor as well. And she's prosecuting the state, I guess.
And district attorney.
She's doing a lot of things. First of all, I haven't seen this list. Last week, we got through the fact that our science books were going to be changed to keep science out of them.
Science and truth, yeah.
Bill McCamley, as well as other people, fought to make sure the real things, like when the Earth was created, is listed.
And the creationism is not taught.
And the fact that the climate is going under a human-induced climate change, which is arguable because actually 1% of wacko scientists deny it.
Well,
so it's arguable at that point.
They're the same flat earthers who think that Adam and Eve rode dinosaurs 6,000 years ago.
As well as there was an Adam and Eve, specifically. Because really, wasn't there a Lilith before there was an Eve? Do you want to go into that? We don't want to go into that.
But you know, if they found their bodies and they dug up Adam and Eve, you know how they'd know who they were?
Because they'd have like their names on a little plaque.
Hello, my name is.
Yeah, my name is Adam.
They wouldn't have a belly button.
Right, and he would still be hurting from his rib missing. I don't know how Lilith was produced. I mean, that's a new thing. Anyway, so science is back on track. History, however, the history books are saying that the Civil War was pretty much caused by, they don't know what it's caused by, as well as the Depression in 1929 was not a financial crisis. It was caused by for some other reason.
Well,
what would that other reason be to have a financial crisis? I don't know.
Well,
and I'm not going to find out if I read a history book in the coming years.
But it seems they always seem to have enough money to erect statues of Robert E. Lee all through the South. As you know, participation trophies for having been in the Civil War, I guess.
Well, I know I'm a liberal.
Consolation prizes for having lost the war.
I'm a liberal. Robert E. Lee had certain values that were strong, and he was also a good general.
Yes, but
and I'm not a Confederate.
He was given the opportunity to fight for the North, and he said, "No, I can't fight against my own people. I'll fight for slavery." For slavery.
Well, that's a bad thing. So
okay.
Everybody is on the scale of justice, and justice changes as it is now, because we know that people who are Nazis are just as bad as the people who are not Nazis.
Really?
That's what they said.
They're
not all good.
But that's your consensus.
I got it from TV.
That's your consensus.
I got it from TV.
I'd like to now talk about the census.
Do you have enough census to talk about it?
We'll see. The New Mexico census has been called the most difficult one to manage in the U.S.
But that was only when you were working for it. Wasn't it? That was why, because they couldn't bring you in. They said, there's about 7 people living in that house.
Well, I'm talking about the decennial census. I worked for the Census Bureau
2000?
Outside of the decennial.
2000.
The Census Bureau has studies and
the median
surveys going on a continuous basis. And that's what I was doing. And I stopped that to do the decennial last time. And it's coming up again in 2.5 years. And so And so the New Mexico census is the hardest one to get in the state, primarily because people on the reservation don't want to talk about
and people
strangers.
Live out in the woods, and
it's very hard to find people. A lot of survivalist types here, and so
they don't want to be part of the census anyway.
So
I mean, they've taken themselves
they don't want
out of the
to
population.
Be. So now they're going to try and revamp it. They're going to try to do it as much of it as they can online, and then for those people who don't do it that way, expect knocks on the door.
Right. So I'm going to give you a more paranoid version after we come back from this break, which I believe is right now, isn't it?
It is.
Somebody stuck their finger up and said, "What finger?"
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business. According to the secret war, banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get the secret war free. Call the number on your screen or visit online.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You could qualify for a pain-relieving knee brace at little or no cost to you. Get free delivery, and all the paperwork is handled by our accredited suppliers at no charge to you. We also have other pain-relieving braces available for shoulder, ankle, and your back. Call the number on your screen right now to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
Well, the consensus is...
Oh, what's the consensus? We're talking about the consensus. I know you love conspiracy theories, and you know how they're going to do the next census.
How?
And we have technology that can do it. You know, when you watch TV shows and they find out where the people are running when you're in Iraq and where to bomb, because they have heat sensors and satellites, that's how they're going to do this next census.
Yeah.
They just go and do a heat sensor and count every little dot of heat, and that's how they find out how many people are here.
Send the drones over and...
Yeah, it'd be easy. So, and you know what? That's why those guys wear metal hats.
Oh, tinfoil hats?
Yeah, tinfoil hats. So that way you can't... So if you don't want to be counted, walk around with a tinfoil hat for... When are they going to do this? Forever.
No, in 2000, they do it every 10 years.
So, yes.
2020 is the next decennial census. Now...
They may do it earlier.
It's also daylight savings time this weekend.
Oh, no.
That's right. So you fall back, turn your clocks back an hour.
Yes.
You get an extra hour of sleep. You turn back...
Saturday night after it turns into Sunday.
Sunday morning at 2 a.m.
Yes, but you're not going to be awake at 2 a.m. to turn it back, so
do it before you go to sleep.
And you go to sleep and you get an hour of sleep, which never works. Never works. You're going to sleep that long anyway.
Now, they recommend that this is the time you change the batteries in your smoke detector. It's a good reminder of when to do it.
That's true. Also, you should change the batteries in your car and your electric toothbrush.
And your...
You don't want your... And what else?
Your carbon dioxide.
And your what?
Carbon monoxide.
What? I can't hear you.
Carbon monoxide detectors.
What? Oh, your hearing aid batteries. Yeah. Because I can't hear it.
Oh, it starts buzzing, and everybody knows you need to change it at that point. Now, also, we've come to notice that there's a new
what?
There's a new business in town called New Age Maid Service.
New Age?
New Age
What does that mean?
Maids.
They go, you can leave that there. I don't care.
We'll get to it later.
What are they
they'll come in and clean your house.
Dirt has the right to live.
They'll clean your house from top to bottom. It's fall cleaning time.
Are there merry maids?
Sure, there's plenty of house cleaning places.
And there's other people that you find out from your neighbors.
If you skip spring cleaning, it's time to do fall cleaning. So try us out. Here's our fall number, 496-4948. Give us a try. Let us know how you like the experience.
That's almost an easy one to remember, 496-4948. Called New Age Maids. Are we allowed to advertise? Oh, yeah, we're not a nonprofit.
They're a new service in town, so we give every new person a break once in a while.
And we can't go tell you to go to their restaurant because you got to call them and have them clean your house.
Now, it's election time still. Early voting is currently underway.
That's true.
For the municipal election.
I'm going.
And I hear the turnout so far has been very light.
Very light.
Have you voted?
I'm going right after this to vote. Because Saturday I'm going to vote.
It's too late.
No, I think I'll vote maybe soon. I will vote.
You gotta vote.
I will vote. Did you vote? Mr.
I will.
See? So will I.
Haven't done it yet.
Do you have anybody to vote for?
Yeah.
Who's the county person?
Municipal judge.
Oh, yes.
Well,
I don't know.
I'll tell you who they are.
I'll be
Joy Goldbaum.
Oh, she's one of my friends.
Nelson Gooden and Kent Yalcott. Kent Yalcott is the incumbent judge.
Yes.
in place.
He was put in there
about 4 years ago.
Yes, but I think everybody should read the history of all of these guys.
Where do you get that history? Online?
They send it out in the paper and they send it in the mail. And online.
League of Women Voters, maybe?
Yes, and there's something sitting on our table that has everybody's history. You'd be surprised at the things that people have done and still want to vote, that want to run and be elected.
Not in this state, I'm not surprised.
Well, by you I mean new viewers.
Oh.
Yes, that's who I mean.
Yes.
Yes.
So, you know,
So
there's no need to wait until November.
That's about all I can vote
to
for
vote.
also.
November, what is it?
7th.
7th.
So it is pretty
coming
darn
right up.
soon, yes.
But you don't have to wait till then.
No, you could vote.
Vote right away.
I think you've lost your window unless
Wait a
there's a
minute.
window today. Today is Saturday.
Yes.
Well, you could vote what today
If
is
you go back,
really.
if you go back in time, you can do it on Thursday or Friday.
I'm sure. El Paso mentioned how many people are voting in their election. Equally
Poor.
decrepit. And these votes are usually people don't care because, first of all, the only time you need a municipal judge is, or any kind of judge, is when you're pulled in. But you should make sure that the judges are good. Most of the people who live in the city, unfortunately, I don't know where you live because you kept that secret from me, but people who live in the city, there's at least 3 districts that can vote, right?
District 3, District 5, and District 6.
I'm sure you've memorized what district you're in.
No, this studio happens to be in District 5. Do you know that?
Can you vote in the studio, that district? Yeah.
Of course.
I'm sure politicians can vote in any district they want.
Gil Sorg is our current city councilman in District 5.
In this 5. And I would admit Gil Sorg is pretty good.
He's running again.
If I lived here, I'd vote for him.
Okay, there you
But
go.
you don't have to do it, I say.
Okay. Now,
I'm a liberal.
so the municipal judges, there's 3 of them running.
Yes.
As I said, Joy Goldbaum, Nelson Gooden, and Kenty Alcott, the incumbent.
Do you want to repeat that?
No.
Why?
That's it. I've done it twice.
What are you going to do? Yeah.
So get familiar with them and go vote.
As you should with everyone. Seal Aventino is an incumbent, and she's voting again. Olga Pedroza, who is in your old district,
3, she's not running.
She's not running, so she has people taking her place. She's had enough.
Right. So, also this...
Who wouldn't?
Also this weekend,
Yes.
after you go to the Renaissance Fair on Saturday, on Sunday, if you have nothing else to do, you can go to the Native American Market over in the Mesilla Plaza.
Wait a second. Native American Market is in Mesilla Plaza, or is it
free.
in El Encanto? No, that's Spanish Market,
yeah.
and that's coming up.
Now, the Native American Market...
It's hard to tell.
They had the bad judgment to do it the same weekend as the Renaissance Fair for some reason.
Well, so every day there's the Renaissance Fair is Saturday and Sunday.
Native American Market is Saturday and Sunday also.
So there you go.
So
That's
you
why
can
you
hit
got
both.
2 days for the weekend.
That's right, and it's free to go to the Native American Market.
But not to buy anything, which is why it's there. I mean, it doesn't have jousters or people walking around. Oh, the Renaissance Fair also has these people on stilts with large heads.
That's cool.
I don't think it's nice to talk about
Well,
large heads. But it should be exciting.
Yes. Now, also this weekend, today, Saturday, if you're done with the Renaissance Fair by 1,
Whenever.
2, you can go to the Glen Cutter Gallery. Joanne Smith is having an opening of her paintings.
She's a painter?
That's from 1 to 4.
Or is she a jeweler?
She's a painter.
What does she do? Painting?
She's a painter. Oh, yeah. She paints. Yes. She also happens to be the mother of one of our city councilmen. And,
you're gregging me.
Yeah,
I love his middle name.
What's that?
It's Z.
Greg Z. Smith?
Yes.
Okay. So that's going on over Cutter Gallery from 1 to 4 today.
And you can see her stuff at any time when you go to the Cutter
Yes.
Gallery.
So
Cutter Gallery is a good place. We could put their phone number there, too, if they sponsored us. I have no idea. It's on the corner of El Paseo and University. Right across from the convention center.
That's right.
There's probably something going over on the convention center also, but we didn't look.
This weekend, I don't think so. Now, also, coming up this weekend, Sunday night in El Paso, you can go see Paul Anka. Now, nobody
Is he in a coffin? I mean, is his coffin going?
He must be 80 years old by now. Nobody under the age of 40 even knows who he is.
He's like our age.
He's Michael. We're young compared to him.
Oh, yeah, really? My hair used to look like that.
Well, his last song I like to remember is You're Having My Baby. That was in the 70s.
Did he do that?
Yes. But, he also wrote the theme to The Tonight Show. Da, 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 da.
He did a lot of stuff. Paul Anka could do it.
He was huge. He was a heartthrob back in the 60s.
Who's that guy? Who's him? Who's he?
Can't you read?
I know, but the guy in the last picture was Paul Anka.
Well, see, they do age.
Where did he get where did he lose all that hair?
So that's Paul Anka tonight in El Paso.
Gosh, that's what you have to look forward to.
Tickets aren't cheap.
But Paul Anka is an icon. And if you know Paul Anka, you probably know he's going to be there. And you have already told your spouse, well, you better take me there.
Yeah,
because Paul Anka is that kind of fact. He did love songs for people in the 60s and 70s. And did he write New York, New York?
No.
Right? Think about it. Frank Sinatra sang it. Paul Anka wrote something.
New York, New York was written for the Martin Scorsese film New York, New York.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Liza Minnelli was the first one to sing that song.
Oh, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to argue about that after we close the show down. What's his?
We want to mention Dennis Banks died, the American Indian activist.
Yeah.
Remember Wounded Knee, the big protest back in the 70s.
My people have changed.
He was arrested there.
Yeah.
And there was a shootout there and all kinds of. Dennis Banks and Russell Means are both arrested. Russell Means is still in prison.
Wow.
But Dennis Banks got out and went on to lead a life of activism and for the cause of the American Indian movement.
Also, somebody from the temple passed, and his name is Willie Pass, and he did.
Willie Pass? Yes, he did.
His name is Willie, yes, Willie Pass, and Willie Pass passed.
And with that,
sorry about that.
We have to pass along the fact that we're out of time.
And we'll see you next week.
Or today at the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, we'll be there. Should we sit in this? Maybe we should take this whole table and say double talk behind us.
We'll be dressed like this.
We'll see you at the Renaissance Fair now.
That's right. We're there now.
We're there now. We're here now.
Now we're there.